The Laws of Ascension, Chapter 73, Victors. Lorik takes off, charging Rowan at full speed. His speed has increased greatly from before now that bestial body has been cast. Rowan raises his shield and charges him as well. But unlike Lorik, his speed hasn't increased at all. If anything, he's slower than before. Lorik jumps up and kicks out, crashing into Rowan's shield. Rowan stops before swinging out, pushing Lorik back. He then charges again while holding his mace up. Lorik rushes him and raises his right hand. He slams his fist into Rowan's shield and blocks his mace with his left hand. The two press against each other, seemingly matched in terms of strength. Lorik jumps back a few feet before running around him. Rowan spins around and keeps track of him, but he doesn't move from where he's standing. Suddenly, Lorik stops and rushes Rowan as a dark red and brown magic circle appears in his path. Magma sprays out of it as they collide again. This time, a magic circle appears on Rowan's shield. Lorik backs off as magma bursts out of the magic circle. Your defense is even better than I thought it would be. I wasn't expecting to get burned by attaching you, Lorik says, causing Rowan to chuckle softly. Small burn marks are on Lorik's hands and arms, where he pressed against Rowan's mace and shield. Both his soul weapons and bestial body spell work to protect him against it, but they can't completely stop the magma from burning him. I didn't expect you to have a new spell either. I thought my magma body would give me an edge in this fight, Rowan says before rolling his shoulders. As he speaks, a small gap appears in the magma where his mouth is. The magma returns to normal before he charges Lorik again. Lorik rushes him and they collide again. This time, Lorik raises his leg and slams it down on Rowan's shield. The moment they collide, the claws on his feet dig into the shield. The law of gravity appears as he slams his foot down on the ground. Rowan stumbles as his arm gets heavier from the law of gravity, increasing his shield's weight. His arm falls to the ground before the magma around Lorik's claws tears off the shield. However, it wasn't because Lorik pulled it off, but because Rowan cut it off to free his shield. But he didn't do it in time. Lorik slams his fist into Rowan's face, knocking him off his feet. His bestial body spell increased not only his speed, but also his strength, though it can't compare to the increase the law of power provided. Otherwise, Rowan wouldn't be able to match his strength. Before Rowan can get his feet under him, Lorik grabs his ankles. "Let's take this to the air," Lorik says, while the law of gravity makes Rowan many times lighter. He spins him around before tossing Rowan into the air. The law of gravity changes now. Instead of becoming lighter, it makes him float in the air. Rowan spins around in a panic to see Lorik jumping off the ground. The law of gravity helped lift him up and bring him to Rowan. He raises both his hands and balls them together above his head. Rowan raises his shield as Lorik appears next to him. The law of gravity increases the weight of his fists to the extreme as he slams them down. Rowan's shield breaks apart under the impact as he shoots down to the arena. Silver vines grow from the stage to catch him. The magma around his body pours off him as he groans. Lorik crashes into the arena nearby, his bestial body gone. Lorik wins! Headmaster Arlen shouts as two healers run up. One checks on Rowan while the other checks Lorik. "I think you broke my arm," Rowan says with a crooked smile while getting up. The vines disappear as he gets on his feet. "If it helps, I think I broke my leg," Lorik replies as the dust and smoke around him disappear. He's sitting on the cracked ground, holding his right thigh. His leg is straight, but he has an expression of pain on. "How'd you break your leg?" Rowan asks, surprised. "I was too concerned with getting you in the air and slamming you back down that I forgot I'd have to land, so I used all my soul power on that last attack. I didn't have any left to soften my landing," Lorik replies, causing him to start laughing. Once the two have finished getting healed, they leave and meet up with the others. "Since when could the both of you cast full body spells?" Cyrilda asks once they've met up outside the arena. "What's a full body spell?" Lorik asks. "It's what it sounds like, a spell that covers the entire body. But spells like Rowan's enhanced strength from his law of power doesn't count. While that affects his entire body, it doesn't physically cover his body, only internally," King Eldrin explains. "Is there any special meaning to casting a full body spell? You seem more worked up than when they learned other spells, Master." Vera asks Cyrilda. "Full body spells are hard to learn. In order to learn it, you have to be very compatible with the law you comprehend, but it's almost unheard of to learn them as a lesser mage. Cyrilda replies, they're also much stronger than regular spells, but at the same time, they consume a lot more soul power than regular spells. King Eldrin adds, yeah, they certainly do. I could only have kept that up for another half a minute. In total, I can only use Magma Body for 3 minutes now. Rowan says, I can keep it going for 5 minutes, but it's hard for me to cast other spells with it going, Lorik adds. Why is it hard to cast other spells? Vera asks, causing Lorik to shrug. I don't know, it just is, he replies. So this is one of your tricks. What are the others? Leora asks Lorik. You'll have to wait until tomorrow to see. Lorik replies, causing her to sigh. Wait, Master. Lorik starts suddenly very concerned. Am I allowed to drink a potion for the tournament? No, potions are against the rules. Why? What potion did you plan on drinking? Cyrilda asks him. Fuck, Lorik says while turning away. Language, Leora says while lightly punching his shoulder. Lorik just ignores her and sighs. Then I'm all out of tricks now. I plan to use a soul-stabilizing potion. Lorik says, surprising Cyrilda. Why that potion? Vera doesn't use soul attacks. Cyrilda asks, what's a soul-stabilizing potion? Vera asks, it's a potion that connects the soul and the body. It allows any injury received by the soul to be shared with the body. It also makes the soul help bear the injuries the body received. Normally, it's used when hunting monsters that specialize in soul attacks. The body will help the soul endure the attacks, allowing it to endure the monster's attacks. But I'd use it in combination with my soul ability. Lorik explains. How does it help your soul ability? Leora asks. As you know, my ability lets me jump 2 levels. But that's only because that's all my soul can bear. So when I learned of this potion, I wanted to try making it to see if it let me jump 3 or more levels. I already tested it the other day after making it. I managed to make 3, but I had to sell a lot of my materials I had gathered before to buy the materials I needed. Anyway, I was able to use my soul ability to jump to being a first-tier lesser mage. Lorik replies, you need to tell me these things sooner. Cyrilda says, causing Lorik to smile. I was planning to keep it a secret until the finals, or whenever I went against Vera. Since she could cut through my bestial body spell, I needed something she couldn't cut through. It just never dawned on me that potions might not be allowed. Lorik replies, is first-tier lesser mage your limit? Or could you go further and temporarily become a mage? Rowan asks. Yes and no, Lorik says before sighing. I felt I was able to cross that border and use my soul ability to become a mage. But when I was about to test that, I felt an instinctual reaction that it wouldn't be good to do that. It's hard to put into words, but it felt like there'd be trouble and danger if I did. Lorik replies, causing him to nod. It's good you didn't. Your soul ability might have given you its laws then. You might have been promoted to being a mage permanently if you did. King Eldrin says. Would he still be able to compete in the tournament if he did that? Leora asks. It's hard to say. No competitors have ever been promoted during the tournament. Cyrilda replies. Anyway, Eldrin and I have work to do. We need to get ahead of it so we can be there tomorrow. Get plenty of rest tonight. Cyrilda adds before she and King Eldrin teleport away. I should get going too. Have a good night. Leora says before walking away. So what are you two cooking for dinner? Sarah asks after the others have left. We were thinking of making steaks tonight. Vera says while Lorik nods. The 4 walk back to their dorm while talking. They spend the rest of the day talking. Lorik and Rowan talk about their full-body spells. Vera and Lorik cook dinner together. They use the spices they agreed on before and fill the house with their smell. This is amazing, Rowan says after trying a bite. It is. This is great. I'm almost tempted to steal Leora's plate. Sarah adds, I bet it tastes better with the blue salt. Vera says while shooting Lorik a playful look. Blue salt? Rowan asks as Lorik sighs. It's one of the seasonings that we got in the bundle, but I didn't want to add too many foreign spices, so I didn't let Vera add it to the steaks. Lorik replies, You can just try it again next time, Sarah says, clearly a fan of the seasonings. Either that or she just loves steak. On another subject, are the 2 of you ready for tomorrow? Rowan asks. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Vera says. You saying that makes me want to throw the match? Lorik says, causing Vera to start choking on her food. Don't, she shouts in between coughs. I was kidding. I'm looking forward to it too, though your sword's going to be a pain. Lorik replies, Yeah, good luck with that. It almost feels unfair to face her. I never imagined before that there would be someone who could cut magic. Sarah says, causing Vera to smile happily. The four finish eating while talking and joking around. After they finish, they call it a night.